They did not expect what they came out to find, which is this large branch down in front of their neighbor's property. The roof collapsed. It literally split in half. The sanctuary, along with the adjoining building, were all condemned. In the last 10 minutes, all lanes of traffic here behind us have reopened. Those two employees say that man was holding this umbrella when he was struck by lightning, that his right hand was burned, his clothes were charred. We know that police were called here to Worsham Drive for a reported assault. There remains a heavy police presence here on Lowell Ridge Road. There is no easy answer for them. Here in the parking lot, the dumpsters are out. Renovations on the exterior of the building have already begun. Still, many of these tenants have nowhere to go. The town manager says it's not just about the money, it's also about leaks or actual holes in the water pipes. That's allowing treated water to actually get into the surface water, which can get into the creeks and kill fish. Cary Area EMS allowed us to do this ride along in the hopes that drivers see it and finally take note. Riding along with Cary Area EMS, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News. Dustin Johnson is fed up. He says this has been going on for at least 2 years. He and his neighbors, he says, have called animal control repeatedly. Nothing has been done, and that's why they started documenting it, taking these photos and videos, and we want to warn you, some of them are disturbing.
There was a dog here. There was about 3 dogs in the bus.
Dustin Johnson showed me where he says 10 to 15 dogs were kept on his neighbor's property on Mulberry Road in Four Oaks. He sent me these photos of them. He tells me 62-year-old Bobby Barber was breeding dogs, most of them English bulldogs, and not properly caring for them.
I've seen 5 to 10 dogs die over here in just the past couple of years. I mean, getting hit on the road, and then him not feeding them.
Johnson says he called the sheriff's office and animal control several times. They'd come out, even gave Barber cages and dog food, but nothing would come of it.
I watched the dog food sit out there in the rain till I went and got it, and I started feeding the dogs myself.
Barber has been charged with misdemeanor animal cruelty. According to court documents, a dog was found with deep wounds on its neck from its collar. Barber lives in the camper. His landlord and longtime friend, Roy Stanley, lives in that front trailer. Did he seem like he was abusing animals?
No. That one that they found, that was a bulldog in heat, and he kept running and jerking.
Johnston County Animal Control wouldn't comment specifically on the case. They say under state law, authorities would have to show malice to charge someone with felony animal cruelty. It appears this case did not meet that threshold. Back out here live, Barber remains behind bars tonight. He is scheduled to appear in court later this month. As for Johnston County Animal Control, to put it in perspective, they say they receive more than 1,000 cases of animal cruelty each year, and they have just one investigator. Live in Smithfield, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.
She was just our everything.
Amani Thompson loved to dance and sing. Her parents say even at 2 years old, she put her 3 older siblings in their place. She gave herself her own nickname, Mimi.
I was here and I am responsible for her, but I couldn't change that.
Siobhan Thompson says they were prepping their backyard pool. Then they went inside. Amani was with them. Usually, she tells me, the door is locked. That afternoon, it wasn't. Just minutes later, Thompson found the toddler face down in the water.
I jumped in there and grabbed her, and I started screaming for somebody to help me because I couldn't get out with her. I immediately tried to resuscitate her and did what I can until the paramedics came.
It happened Wednesday, just before 2 in the afternoon. Little Amani was rushed here to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center. Family members call her a fighter. She died Saturday morning. The Thompsons donated Amani's organs.
She's going to save 4 to 5 lives behind it, and I'm grateful.
As the Thompsons struggle to come to terms with their loss, they hope their story will serve as a reminder to others.
Stay aware, be aware.
Because in a matter of minutes, everything can change. In Fayetteville, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News. The commission got quite an earful. 55 people signed up to speak, most of them Aqua North Carolina customers. And they say, quite frankly, they do not trust the water coming out of their taps. Instead, they rely on bottled water. Brown water, milky water, low water pressure. Some North Raleigh homeowners call it unacceptable.
Generally not been very happy with them.
We don't drink the water, no ma'am. We buy our bottled water.
Aqua NC provides water to the Wildwood Green subdivision where we met these homeowners.
It's milky and it's got bubbles and it's not drinkable.
Despite the problems, they're moving forward with their request for a rate hike, asking the North Carolina Utilities Commission for a more than 9% increase. When these customers say, hey, look, we're not happy with our service, why should we pay more for it?
Well, again, this is a process that we don't enjoy doing. It's something that's absolutely necessary.
Shannon Becker, the president of Aqua NC, tells me they haven't received a rate increase in almost 5 years. Since then, he says they've spent about $94 million in capital improvements. He tells me the rate increase is meant to cover those costs.
We have a water quality plan that is focused on addressing those issues. We take it very seriously.
As part of that rate increase process, the public gets to weigh in, and dozens of them did tonight.
When they make complaints, that they don't get an appropriate response.
Now that was state lawmaker Joe John. He says he has been hearing from his constituents regarding Aqua NC for years now. He asked the commission to take that into account moving forward. There is another public hearing that will be held in Wilmington. That will happen June 26th. Then the commission will hear from expert witnesses. That will take place September 10th here in Raleigh. Live in Raleigh, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.
It hurts.
Corporal Dylan Baldridge was just 22 years old when he died.
You never think it's going to be your family.
He was serving in Afghanistan when the Department of Defense says he and 2 other servicemen were shot and killed. The Taliban claimed responsibility.
We have pictures, at his Army graduation.
Like, we have one where he was little and he was like next to this big jet.
We should honor the flag because he came home under one. We have kid sizes.
In his honor, Baldridge's stepmother, Jessie, and his father, Chris, started Honor Flags, Inc., their organization bolstered by a $25,000 check from the president. Trump pledged the money during a phone call with Chris shortly after Baldridge's death back in June of last year.
He had a very kind heart when he did this for us and for America because we've now had a couple of fundraisers.
This third fundraiser is especially close to their heart. It's for Sergeant William Bay's family. He died next to Baldridge. Jesse and Chris made this wooden American flag for them, a family photo and message on the back.
If we can come together and give them a box of
fun things like
Jesse's 7-year-old son, Ethan, found the right words. They're selling T-shirts and collecting donations. Jesse says all the money raised will go to Bay's family. The larger goal to make a wooden American flag for every service member killed in 2017.
This chose us. We did not choose it.
But to me, you're a great flag maker.
Thank you, buddy.
Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.